that a lot of people don't know, and a lot of people won't tell you unless they're actually in the profession of being a hairdresser. So the first thing that I want to say is when you're going red, you don't really want to use a box dye that you get at the grocery store. You don't really want to use Garnier or John Frieda or Feria or Revlon or whatever, because the colors that they give you aren't really that intense. And the other thing that's a problem is the developer. They don't give you a high enough volume of developer. They give you like a 3 or a 5, which is okay if you're dyeing your hair brown or a darker shade, but red is really, really hard to keep just vibrant and not all washed out and ruddy, and you know, it's the hardest color to maintain. And I'm sorry I look like crap. I'm about to dye my hair, so I don't have any makeup on and just pretty much look like hell. But my hair is red right now, and you can see in the light, but you can also see that all my blonde roots are coming in. So, my sister-in-law is a hairstylist, so she gets the bulk products for me for really cheap because she goes to the cosmetic warehouse, magical land somewhere where it makes it a hell of a lot cheaper for me, and I get a ton of product and I get the right product. Now, I've seen a lot of other videos on YouTube, and a lot of people are doing their red hair reviews out of a box of Revlon or just regular box dyes, or even, it's different if you're doing that bright Rihanna Crayola red, but that's not what we're doing today. We're trying to make it look more natural, which I think that it's better for your skin tone. When you want to wear makeup, it's a lot easier to find colors that look good when it's just a regular normal red as opposed to a fire truck. Anyway, the developer, that's what enacts the color to go into your hair. And like I said before, a lot of box dyes give you a 3 or a 5. Well, I got my developer today, and it is a 10. You can see that right there. And it keeps the color longer, a lot longer, and it just makes it latch onto the hair 10 times stronger than doing it out of the box. And another thing is your dye in general. Now, I use these. It's Color from Artego, and they come in little big silver tubes. That's my head. Big tubes like this, and I have 3 different colors. I have a copper, which it says right there, and I've got a red copper, and then I use, okay, this one's really gross, so I'm sorry. This one's an older one. This is a copper gold. Sorry. And this one's old because I use that one the least because I don't like to make it brassier. This is very important. Getting an industrial kind of dye is very important, especially when it comes to red, because like I said, red washes out easily. I've been a redhead for the last almost 4 years, and I have to dye my hair once every 3.5 weeks, once a month, twice a month I dye my hair. It's really important though. I cannot stress to you enough that having real dye and a real developer make the difference, because I've tried all the box dyes of red and it washes out within a week. It turns out really pretty. You put it in and it comes with a really nice conditioner and the shine, blah, 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 and it looks really great the first 2 days. And then you start having to wash it out, and it just becomes this like magenta, ruddy, weird color, and I don't like it. So I asked my sister-in-law to help me out, and she picked these 3 colors for me, which is a lot better also than just doing it all one color, because you get more dimension. And because I know her and she gets to go to the beauty warehouse or whatever, all these things, this giant thing of developer and 3 of these tubes cost me $20. $20, and I'll be able to dye my hair for 7 months. And I get dimension. I get a darker red where I want it, and I get lighter red up here so the sun hits, it's all shiny. And that's just really important when you're wanting to do red and you want to make it look a little bit more natural, because just doing it all one dark magenta color or highlighter red, that's not a real thing, but you know what I'm saying. It just looks kind of, a lot of people are really iffy about dyeing their hair red because they don't get it right, and it's really hard to get it right when you buy a $5 or $10 box of just regular dye. They don't tell you about the developer being not strong enough. It never is. So when you wonder why it washes out so fast and why you keep having to just re-dye it every couple of weeks, like every week pretty much, because it really does. It washes out really, really fast. And this is just really better. This is ProCare Developer, and it's color Artego dye. And again, I got it in copper. It's 7.4, and then we've got red copper, which is 6.6. Okay, so this is my hair right now, and I'm gonna do another video about how it looks when it's done. So this is it right now. It's red, but it's really light up here, and it just looks a little too washed out for me. I like it a little bit darker. So again, when you're shopping around for hair dye, try to go professional, because you'll get the best results, you'll get the longest lasting results, and sometimes when you get something like a deal like this, you get more than one, and then you actually get more dimensions to your hair, and it just makes it look more full, more shiny, just brings out your features more, just makes everything pop. And I think that that's what we all want when we're dyeing our hair. So please watch my next video and see how it came out. Okay, you know what? We're just going to do the whole shebang. I'm going to show you how much I use, and then I usually leave it in my hair for about 40 minutes because I just want to get it good in there. So, I'm just going to use, alright, this much. Sorry that my bowl is really dirty. So we're going to just squirt this in here. This is the regular copper, and we're just going to use about a marshmallow size, one of the jumbo marshmallows. And then, ugh, it stinks. We're going to use the darker red. And I probably should use more because I have longer hair. It just depends on what you want to use. We're going to use a little bit more of the darker color. And the thing about it is that you want to use, for every dye that you use, you want to use the same amount of the developer. So I've got this in there right now, 2 different colors, and they're like a jumbo marshmallow size. And then we're just going to use the same amount for the developer. And just pour it in there and get it mixing. And it's going to turn a purple color for me. We're just going to use a little tiny bit of this gross bottle. Sorry. It's nasty. It like exploded or something. Alright, and like I said, just use the same amount of developer. So I'm just going to pour it in this cap 3 times. So we're going to go 1, 2, and then a little bit more, 3. So, and then mix it up. A little milky. Alright, and then we got this bunch of hair dye. So, we are going to use this on my hair. Here's the before. We're going to check out the after, and I hope you watch the next video.
hopefully it goes well.